So, um, so we start off with the campfire here, and then this is the main character right here when he's older. And you see he has this mark on his face, pretty much. Something about that mark in this group is special.
Shiva's dominant. And only the dominant.
How do we even know the girl will be among them?
Our kind do not question orders, we follow them.
Yeah, okay, so I still wonder what the X's on their face mean. Alright, so totally not, let's see. Yes, okay, so alright, first of all, alright. They said they're going after the Shiva's dominant or whatever. They say how will we know that the girl's among them? So I'm assuming they know who the Shiva shifter is, because it seems like in this game how summons work is that like people will transform into the summons. Like I always compare them to like Titan shifters from Attack on Titan. So yeah, like I'm guessing they know who Shiva is or whatever. So like, you know, is Shiva even gonna be there or whatever? They're like, you know, our kind don't question orders, we follow them. They all have the mark on their face or whatever. So I believe in the Japanese trailer, what they say is this mark doesn't allow us to, like, you know, not follow the rules or whatever they said. And so yeah, I actually said something like that on Twitter, like, oh, that sounds like the Lassie, but like they have this marking or whatever, and they have to follow some sort of mission. So something that I've been wondering is, like, are these guys like maybe like some sort of group that takes down the Acons, people who can summon? Maybe they, you know, or maybe they're some sort of mercenaries or some sort of private army for hire that have been hired to take down, you know, Shiva, because it seems like there's already two people in the two sides on this war. It doesn't seem like they're a part of any side, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it seems like they're their own separate little group. And you can see the Chocobo Knights or whatever. But yeah. So it seems like, you know, one side has the Titan Acon and the other side has Shiva. So both sides have a summon each. And so yeah, there's this war between two people. We don't know who yet.
Sergeant,
but
let's summon their icon.
this is where they summon. This is where whoever it is turns into Titan. This is Shiva, so Shiva is definitely there among them, and they're fighting. That guy dies. Rest in peace, that guy.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily. This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
I am Joshua's shield. I'm sworn to protect him.
Alright, so everything from this. Alright, so the guy with the black hair is the main character.
Our foe will not relinquish
this guy right here. So this guy is like Joshua's shield. Like, he's Joshua's like personal bodyguard, I guess. Like, he's his, you know, his personal knight or whatever, his protector. His duty is to protect Joshua, which is that kid you saw, which is this guy. This is Joshua. Alright. But there's something special about Joshua, though.
This will be a bitter fight.
You should not be out of doors.
He has the summoning power, as you can see right here. So, the big discussion, which Matt's already in here, he already knows, is Joshua the Phoenix or the Ifrit? We see that he has fire powers. Both of them have fire powers, and we kind of don't know if he really is the Phoenix. It could, you know, it could just be like trailer trickery, like making us think he's the Phoenix or not. You know, we don't actually know which one he is. We just know he is a fire Acon or summon, whatever. And he does something to the main character. He might just be like, I don't know, healing him or something. But this comes into play later, I think, at least. This is my theory. This might come into play later. And he also mentions something about the... Hold on.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal.
Oh, Twitch was crashing? Alright. Matt went over to YouTube. Alright.
Easily.
So yeah, he mentions the mother crystal. So we know this game's gonna have a you know, a main crystal. It's Final Fantasy, of course it has a crystal. I mean, not all of them have like a main mother crystal or whatever, but this one does. I'm assuming it's kind of like Final Fantasy 15, where you know, they have their crystal in the kingdom or whatever, and people want to take it. Maybe it's probably what it is.
Our foe will not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
And
This will be a bitter fight.
yeah, they're gonna go over to war
You should not
over
be
that
out
crystal.
of doors. We have discussed this. Come, Joshua. Your father will be expecting us.
And
I am Joshua's shield.
yeah, it's Joshua's shield.
I'm sworn to protect him.
Type 0, 13, and 15 all had mother crystals of some sorts. Yo, imagine that this is low-key a part of the FNC. Like, think about that. Yeah, like, what if the things on their marks is because they're lessees, and a foul sea gave them a mission to kill the Shiva summon? Imagine that, yo. Like, this is low-key a part of the FNC. Here's a white chocobo. I'm guessing that's his personal chocobo. But yeah, low key giving off FNC vibes, but the Fabia Nova Crystallis lives on, yes. And here's the combat right here. Let me know if it's too loud or not, but it's going full action here, as you can see. You saw a little bit. This is full action. This is not Final Fantasy 7 Remake or 15. This is full, like, this is full action. He did like a fire magic or whatever. Wait, is there something? I want to see if there's anything.
I'm sworn.
Alright, so yeah. I remember I did want to point out something. There's this other guy right here you can see standing there. Is he a party member? I don't know. Is he just like a random NPC that's going to be like in this one-time fight? Who knows? For majority of this trailer, we see him fighting by himself, but this guy right here could be a party member. Possibly. So yeah, he's beating up this guy right here, this monster. In this weird looking swampy place.
Did you not pledge your sword to our cause?
Seems like some sort of alliance is breaking up. There's the Malboro. I hate
What
Malboros.
does it matter? It was the Dalmex who drove back the Crusaders in the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
So, the Battle of the Twin Realms is obviously some sort of war that happened. I'm guessing she's saying, you know, you guys were able to win before, so you don't need our help, or whatever. Who knows why she's pulling out of the war? I guess she doesn't want to get too many casualties, or who knows? Maybe she's secretly in on a plot to invade their place, kind of like how they invaded Final Fantasy 15. The Malboro was a pain, even in the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. He's a pain in every Final Fantasy game ever. Once he does the bad breath or whatever, oh man. It's a bad time.
Without the blessing
They're
of
just
the
back
Mother
at that
Crystal.
war.
In the Battle of the Twin Realms, was it not?
I guess
Without
there's
the
Titan and
blessing of the
Shiva
Mother
right here.
Crystal, we cannot.
This is... I wonder, wait, does this part... Maybe this part takes place in the time skip, actually. Because... Huh. Because they're talking about, you know, alliances and such, and they're showing flashes of the war, and Titan and Shiva, so maybe this clip is from the time skip. And these guys are, you know, talking.
Defend our realm from the spread of the blight.
The Blight? I don't know what that is. And he said realm, so... I don't know if... Realms, do they mean different dimensions? Do they mean different countries? Different lands? Are there different creatures in this world, you know? Are those monsters from, like, a different realm or something? Or are those monsters that you see in the overworld, like, a part of the Blight or whatever the Blight is? Yeah, whatever it is, this guy's concerned about it. And here's the Dragoon during some sort of invasion. And you can see.
So, they sent in the Dragoons. Imperial Vipers. Do they really mean to invade us?
Okay, so obviously the Dragoon comes in before the full invasion because he's like, wow, like, are these guys really gonna try something, you know, against us? Or maybe not, I don't know, because the place is kind of on fire. So I'm not really sure, but all we know is your main character is gonna be there, Dragoon's gonna come in, try to attack him, and your character is probably he's gonna win because he's kind of on the floor. So that guy comes in and he's like, those Imperial Vipers, they're actually sending a Dragoon after us. Who knows who it is and why the place is kind of on fire right now? Because it seemed to be on fire before the Dragoon showed up. Imperial Vipers sending Dragoons trying to invade us. Sounds an awful lot like Type 0 and 15. Yes. This is sounding... This whole invasion sequence is kind of reminding me of the invasion on Insomnia. I haven't played Type 0, so I don't fully know how the story of that one. I know obviously it's in the FNC, but this is reminding me of the invasion on Insomnia. And who knows? Maybe that lady is like the Arden of this game. Who knows? And we see him fighting this creature in some sort of enclosed place. And here he is in the overworld fighting this guy. This person dies right here. Blood gets on Joshua. And as you see the Phoenix thing up on the main character again.
It's the Archduke's
and then you see these fists come up. Phoenix. And then you hear them talk about the Phoenix. So I'm pretty sure everybody agrees that the main character can somehow use the powers of multiple summons at least, because we see him, the power of the Phoenix right here. You see him do it multiple times. I'll get back to this in a second. Power of the Phoenix, slicing, power of the Titan. So somehow the main character can use the powers of multiple summons. We don't know if he could fully transform into one, but he seems to be able to incorporate his powers into his normal combat. We don't know if the other guys can do that. Who knows? Maybe the Shiva person and the Titan person could also do that while they're just normally fighting, and then fully transform when they want to. But somehow he has the, two of them. And back over to this right here. Could this be the Archduke right here? Maybe it is. Maybe is this his father? I don't know. They both have similar red outfits. And who is this guy right here? Some sort of knight. Whoever he is, he's strong enough to beat this guy. And for some reason, your character isn't there with Joshua, so maybe they get separated at some point. Who knows? Or maybe someone calls your character we need backup, whatever, at this place. We'll put Joshua with the Archduke or whatever. Who knows? But whoever these guys are, this guy beats him. And that causes Joshua to... Well, actually, we'll see. Hold on.
It's the Archduke's son.
Does he have blood on his face when he's screaming? Okay, so yeah. Whoever dies, this causes Joshua to lose it. He snaps. His eyes are glowing, he just lets loose. See these sparks around him. Oh, a dead chocobo. That sucks. But, you see 3 knights around him, so that's kind of interesting. Because before, it didn't look like there was 3 knights, so maybe... I don't know. This is the part where it starts to get kind of weird for me, at least. Here, but yeah, 3 guys. Maybe this guy is a good guy and he came and slayed the knight, and then, these are his subordinates or whatever. But they're too late and Joshua is transforming. He's screaming, "Joshua, stop this." Then we see the Phoenix flying around. Now... At first, I'm like, that's obviously Joshua. That's the Phoenix. But, after talking about it with Matt's already in here. But, yeah. We can't be too sure that Joshua actually is the Phoenix. Because we just see the Phoenix flying around. We see Joshua, his face, and then we see the Phoenix flying around. We don't actually see him transform into the Phoenix. Who knows if the Phoenix was even in the city or kingdom, whatever. But, yeah, this is where it might be a bit of trailer trickery, making us think that he's the Phoenix. And then you see this guy right here. Big explosion.
Second icon of fire. But that's impossible.
Fire icon. Then Ifrit rises up. So the question is now, who is Phoenix? Who's the Phoenix? And who's Ifrit? one of the summons, either Phoenix or Ifrit, are one of them a part of the invasion? I'm assuming one of them. Well, maybe. There could be two possibilities. Either. My main thing is that the Fire Guide and Ifrit appear exactly where Joshua would be in relation to the tower and the gate. Yeah. So, yeah. So, the Phoenix comes down, and then Ifrit rises up because Joshua. So, it could either be that the main character is the Phoenix, and something happens and he transforms, and then Joshua turns into Ifrit and he rises up. Or it could be that one of the summons is from the invading army. It could be one of those things. But Joshua is obviously one of them. And the main character is a bit of a mystery because obviously he has two different summon powers. And moving on to this part.
The
Legacy of the Crystals. So there's more than one crystal. There's Ifrit and Phoenix. They're probably about to fight.
Has shaped our history.
Shaped our history. Just flashing between a bunch of different scenes. I think Ifrit's doing Hellfire probably.
Enough.
And you hear him.
Enough.
You hear them screaming Joshua's name while the Ifrit's like going crazy. It sounds like Joshua wake up or something like that. So that's another thing. Yeah, it's showing Ifrit and they're saying Joshua. So it's like, you know, are they yelling to the Ifrit saying, "Hey Joshua, like stop! You're destroying the kingdom or whatever. Calm down, man. You know, or wake up, break out of this or whatever." And they mentioned the crystals have, you know, shaped our history for long enough, so obviously that means that there has to be more than one crystal. It can't just be one crystal. So it's like another thing I'm wondering is like how do these people become the summon shifters or the Acons? Does the crystal like choose who gets these powers, or like do they go up to the crystal and the crystal tells them like, all right, you're gonna get this one, or does the crystal just like randomly send out the summons or whatever when you're born? Not really sure. Or what does the crystal even do? It says, you know, they want to be protected from the blight. What exactly does the crystal do for these people? Does it, you know, make a force field or something? I don't know. I'm really not sure. Maybe the blight is being cursed with these summons and being at some point in your life turned into some sort of giant monster or whatever. Maybe that's what the blight is. Who knows? We have no idea what the blight even is. Ifrit roaring. I like the music in this part right here with the choir. There's the main character.
I'll kill you. If it's the last thing I do.
Alright. So the character is going to have a grudge. He's going to be out for revenge. I think we can agree to that. The main character is going to be out for revenge on someone. I'll kill you if it's the last thing I do. You know, he's out for revenge on someone. And judging from how this is presented, I feel like his revenge story is going to start while he's younger. It's not going to be something where he's older. It's going to start while he's at this age, I think. And we could kind of see a faint like glow on him. There's like fire effects on him. I don't know if that's important to anything, but you could kind of see a short glow of fire on him. He has a serious look on his face. He said, "I'll kill you."
I'll kill you.
He looks pretty angry. So I feel like something's gonna happen. I feel like what it might be is that you play as the younger version of him up until the whole thing happens at the kingdom or whatever. All that Ifrit stuff, and then after that happens, after he swears revenge on someone, maybe it skips over to the campfire scene when he's an adult, and we play the rest of the game when he's an adult, you know? Because it's like, another thing I'm thinking about is, like, how long are we going to be playing as him, you know, when he's younger and when he's older? Because for Final Fantasy 15, you only played as adult Noctis in the final chapter. I don't I don't even think they like advertised older Noctis. I mean, why would they? That's like a spoiler. But in this one, they seem to be showing off like a bunch of times. Yeah, this guy's gonna grow up and he's gonna get the mark, and then he's gonna be hunting down summons. So I feel like he's gonna be an adult for more than just one chapter. So it could either be, you know, half and half, maybe, you know, half and half. He'll be like a kid for like half the game, and then not a kid, but young for half the game, and then an adult for the other half of the game. But who knows? I feel like it might be more of like he's an adult for most of the game. So yeah, it goes from the young one, then goes to the older one. Still has the fire on him. I don't know if that's from the campfire or if that's, you know, whatever. If it's just an effect because this game seems to like fire a lot. But and you see the two flames coming in. Final Fantasy 16. And you see the Phoenix and the Ifrit. These are going to be the two main ones. So Shiva and Titan, yeah, they're there, but Phoenix and Ifrit, or Ifrit, however you want to say it, those are going to be the main ones, and those are going to be the two main people fighting each other. And one thing I already forgot to mention before, but that one scene where Joshua was holding his hand or whatever. I think that
Out of doors. We have discussed this.
so my theory is that this guy can absorb, you know, summons or something like that. I think. So I think that maybe whatever Joshua is doing here might have accidentally transferred something to the main character. That's what I think. I think maybe Joshua was just using his powers to heal his hand or something. But I feel like he might have accidentally done something, or the main character might have accidentally done something by accident that took some sort of power from him. Either the Ifrit or the Phoenix, or like another thing I threw out there is that maybe this kid has both Ifrit and Phoenix, and the main character accidentally takes the Phoenix from him. It could, you know, who knows? We don't really know, but I feel like this is, you know, going to be important. I feel like it's going to be more than just, oh, he's going to heal the main character's hand. I don't know if there's anything else I have to say.
Not relinquish their mother crystal easily.
I wonder if this girl's gonna be important. I don't know. Not really sure. And let's see, any other thoughts I have on this? Well, I guess the main character design, he looks cool. We'll have to wait till the next trailer because this first one gave us so much and so little. Yes, that's the thing. This is actually like a. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I'm surprised Square even gave us this much. I was expecting like, you know, just some CG trailer. Like, I don't know, maybe they just show him walking around and then they show the logo or something, you know? They did that with Cloud, right? With Final Fantasy VII Remake. They gave us way more than I expected, but we also still know so little. So, yeah, we really have to wait till next trailer to to kind of piece together what's even going on. And another thing I was just wondering, like, is actually, no, there's another thing. I want to talk about just my thoughts on Final Fantasy 16 in general. I've been talking about the story and what's going on. What are my thoughts on this in general? So one, I like that it's medieval. I've been wanting that. Final Fantasy has gone more towards like sci-fi, like with Final Fantasy 7. You know, there's a whole helicopter, cool. They've gone, you know, Final Fantasy has gone towards different directions, and but when I played Final Fantasy 9, it had more of a medieval style. Still had airships and all that stuff, still fantasy. And yeah, I want something like that again, cause I don't know, I like medieval. I like knights and stuff like that. You know, swords, knights, kingdoms. But yeah, they're going back to a more medieval type of thing. Now, are they gonna go? One thing I was wondering is like, are they gonna have different creatures, like different races, like the Ronso or all that stuff, or is it just gonna be humans? I'm kind of hoping they have different races in this, you know, because I don't know. I just think it would be cool. I like when they have multiple different races, multiple different creatures in this thing, in the world. So who knows? Maybe it'll just be humans, or maybe they'll have many different types of things. And the main character's design, I think he looks cool. Pretty cool hairstyle or whatever. He looks like a Square Enix guy. But people have been saying they didn't really like the character designs in this one. They say, like, you know, it looks generic or whatever.
This will be a bitter fight.
I'm not really sure how I feel about, like, their outfits or whatever. I think his outfit's cool enough. Obviously, they're going for a more old school, you know, fashion sense or whatever. But yeah, I think he looks like a he looks like a Final Fantasy main character to me. So I think that's good enough. I don't know. We don't know. He looks like the FF4 protag, which is generically medieval. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna get up to. So when he gets older, that's when he looks more generic. He fits as a FFMC. So yeah, when he's younger, he looks like a Final Fantasy MC. When he's older, he does look more generic. You know, he just looks like, you know, medieval white guy, you know. So that's the thing. It's like, is his design good or bad? I'm okay with it. We'll see more of his armor or whatever later on, I guess. I mean, his armor looks pretty. I mean, it looks like armor, but yeah, that's the thing with his design. His adult form looks more generic. That being said, if we play as his adult form for majority of the game, then he's low-key, even though his design's generic, he is going to look different from the other MCs like Cloud and Noctis and Tidus. You know, they look more like, you know, young guys. The gameplay, alright. So they want full action now. I'm pretty sure the closest, I don't think they're ever going to go back to turn-based or anything. I think they're going to move more towards action. If you want a console that plays everything, buy a PC. Yeah, that's true. I think it'll work out though. I think this game could still be good. I think the combat looks great too. Then if you want more RPG-ish combat, then you gotta go play 7 Remake Part 2 whenever that comes out. But yeah, another thing I'm wondering is, like, who's the director, who's the composer, character designer, all that stuff. I don't think Tetsuya Nomura is involved. Or is it? He might do like a few designs, but I don't think he's heavily involved in this thing. Final Fantasy 16, regarding people involved, it's almost literally a DMC game that takes place in the Final Fantasy world. Yeah, it does look like DMC combat. I think I heard that, like, the combat designer or whatever is involved in it or something. It definitely looks that way. But yeah, Final Fantasy is going full action. In terms of this trailer, I think we're pretty much done here. But I think I'm pretty hyped for this game. It looks really great. The soundtrack in the trailer sounds amazing. I don't know who's involved or who's doing it, but yeah, I'm excited. And it looks like they're actually, you know, they started working on the game already. So it's not like they're completely starting from scratch. So that's surprising to see from Square, to be honest. But yeah, that's it for.
Last thing I do.
That's all I have to say on this trailer. Sony's just relying on their exclusives and it shows. Yes, because they completely took Final Fantasy 16 for themselves. PlayStation console exclusive, also available on PC. They completely took it for themselves. They took the next mainline Final Fantasy. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. They took it for themselves. I think Xbox might get the 7 remake probably, and they might get, you know, 7 remake part 2. And in terms of 16, they're not getting that. They stole it for themselves. It's kind of crazy. But I mean, PC players could get it fine too. So that's good.